Last year I made a video going over who I believe are the cutest Pokemon of every type, but that actually got me thinking, who are the ugliest Pokemon? Cause although we've got a lot of cuties out there, I feel like there's an equal amount of just straight up butt ugly Pokemon. So you know what? In this video, I'm gonna be going over who I believe are the ugliest Pokemon of every type. I'm definitely gonna catch some heat for this, so I don't want to do this alone. So joining me is the boy PattyTrills.
What's breaking, guys? Boy PattyTrills, aka Young Johnny Bravo, aka Mr. Somersault Man himself here.
Now this should be obvious, but this is just our opinion, so don't get offended if your favorite just so happens to be on the list. In the end, we're just here to have some fun and hopefully make you guys laugh. Hopefully. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's get started with...
The ugliest normal type that me and Zach ultimately agreed on is Diggersby. Now I know everyone's like, but wait, Diggersby though? If you don't know what that is, then I can't help you. But the design of itself kind of just doesn't make sense. Now I understand the aspect of the big ears, which allows him to dig, which is what gives him the ground typing, but he just looks dirty, and it's like, well, but Patty, like, duh, like, you digging would mean that you get dirty, but then the shiny is white, so what are you digging through? Mayonnaise? Like, I don't, hello? And then also, its whole stomach region is supposed to make it look like it's digging out of a hole. So it's like Diglett, but you can see his legs. So he just has an inner tube of dirt now, and that's ugly.
Ugliest fighting type goes to Girder. First of all, that clown nose. It looks stupid. Why does he have a clown nose? Cause he knows he's a joke? He's also got these weird giant veins popping out. Conkeldurr kinda has them too, but you know, it's not that bad. But Girder's though, it's disgusting, honestly. Like, I know you're supposed to be a strong dude and all, but I can almost hear it throbbing. That's gross. And on top of it all, he's got this weird Bart Simpson thing going on with his hair where it's kinda part of his skin. That's just weird, and the fact that it's bumpy just makes it look like he has a bunch of tumors or something.
Ugliest flying type goes to Rotom Fan. Because flying types, for the most part, tend to all kind of look the same. Like, it's all of the same aspects. They all have wings and feathers, or are birds, minus Lando T. But Rotom Fan, the reason why it's ugly is just because it's kind of stupid. Like, Rotom Heat is an oven with, like, mittens. That's cute. Rotom Wash is, like, an actual washing machine. Rotom Fan is just Rotom with a fucking fan taped to his forehead. Like, what are you gonna... Who thought that was okay? Like, the design of Rotom Fan is stupid, and because it's stupid, has made it the ugliest flying type.
Ugliest poison type goes to Garbodor. I know it's been beaten to death already, but come on, it's literally garbage. They literally took a garbage bag with a little bit of garbage coming out from the bottom, slapped some noodle arms on it, and called it a Pokemon. Yeah, I get it might have some love now because of all the hate it gets, but it gets hate for a reason. It's garbage. At least Mug's design is a bit more simpler with it being a vague sludge monster, but the fact that Garbodor has a lot more detail and clearly looks like a garbage bag makes it look more disgusting. Now I also understand that this was the point, it was made to be ugly, but like, why? Why would somebody make this? And the crazy thing is that people actually think it's cute. I mean, if you think this is cute, then you probably think this is too. Or this. Or this. Or even this. Oops, my bad. Wrong picture of trash.
Ugliest ground type goes to Alolan Dugtrio, and it's just because the hair. I mean, it's so simple to point at, like Fabio, He-Man, and then 90s Leonardo DiCaprio all decided to just kind of group together, and like, it makes sense in the lore. Like, I understand why the hair is there and then it has the ability and whatnot, but it's just, still looking at it, we can all kind of actively nod and be like, yeah, that's a pretty silly design, and because of it being silly is what makes it ugly.
Ugliest rock type goes to Colossal. An honorable mention we came up with is Probopass, but I think we all already know that it's pretty ugly. But now we've got Colossal, and my god, is this thing hideous. Now Roly-Coleoli and Carkle over here are okay. Even though Carkle is kinda ugly itself, I will give it credit for sticking to the theme its evolutionary line was going for. So what the hell happened to you? It seemed like they were going for this cool minecart slash steam train inspiration with this evolutionary line, but then dropped it to give us this unholy black fusion of Golem and Rhyperior with a little bit of fire to spice things up. Why? We already have enough rock monsters, they didn't need to give us another one.
Ugliest bug type goes to Volbeat, and that's just because Volbeat looks dirty and grimy. Like, Volbeat looks like that girl that's always really loud and does coke.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Like, that's just kind of the vibes that I get from Volbeat. Like, I feel like Volbeat would yell at you even though she's wrong, and then take a photo in a dirty mirror, and then, like, be rude to you when she's hangry and, like, think that's cute. Like, sorry, sweetie, it's just not. And you're not cute either. You're actually, in my opinion, the ugliest bug type.
Ugliest ghost type goes to Galarian Corsola. I totally understand that Galarian Corsola is supposed to be dead, but how do you go from the cute, happy, normal Corsola to this thing? It looks diseased, like it's gotta be quarantined or something. Caught that coronavirus there, buddy? How does something that's already supposed to be dead look like it wants to die again? And that leads into its honorable mention Corsola, where in some ways, it gets kinda worse.
Honorable mention is Corsola just because it looks like it's in pain. Like, it kind of looks like the Flood from Halo, and it's just like telling us to be like, kill me, please. Ugliest steel type goes to Wormadam Trash because, well, it's in the fucking name, it's trash. I don't understand why the trash is a steel type when it should have been like a poison type. I don't get it. Also, why is it pink? What trash are you throwing away that's pink? Like, I know Nicki Minaj albums are kind of mid, and I know the artist Pink is also pretty mid, but sure, yeah, Wormadam Trash and those two artists, yeah, they're both the ugliest steel type.
Ugliest fire type goes to Turtonator. Here's one that had me kind of conflicted to put on here. Patty and I both think that Turtonator is kind of cool with this whole stance and having its back turned to you and all, but call a spade, Turtonator is kinda ugly. I'm sorry. First of all, it has that weird snout that it shoots fire from. That looks weird and unnatural. It also has those goofy mustache whiskers, and just basically its whole face is messed up, man. And I guess it doesn't help that the real life turtle it's based on is an atrocity as well. So you know what, it makes sense. Ugliest water type goes to Bruxish. This one is pretty easy. Bruxish has some ugly ass teeth. This thing is hideous and weird, and just cause it's pink doesn't make it any less ugly. This is another Pokemon where its real life counterpart is ugly as hell, so you know, even further reason to show why this Pokemon is ugly.
Honorable mention for ugliest water type, we're gonna give it to Palpitoad, just because Palpitoad's kind of that weird in-between phase, and it has that giant chorizo just kind of, it just looks ugly. It's not the ugliest because Bruxish is a whole mess that Zach talked about, but Palpitoad's pretty damn close.
Ugliest grass type goes to Amoonguss. Honestly, there was no need for another one of these dumb, fake overworld Pokeball Pokemon. It was annoying in Gen 1 with Voltorb, and it's still annoying in Gen 5. It's funny though, cause Foongus is actually cute. Amoonguss, however, he honestly looks kinda dumb. He's definitely not one of the ugliest Pokemon out there, but as a grass type, it's pretty bad compared to the rest. Shout out to Venusaur in Stadium, Coliseum, and XD though. That thing is cursed.
Ugliest electric type goes to Arctozolt. Like, most of the fossils in the Galarian region are obviously like, they're just kind of spare parts put together because it has lore and history, and I'm into that. Dracozolt's really cool, Dracovish is really cool. And Arctozolt, it's like, you have a huge marshmallow body and then stick legs, and then he has like the snot coming down, and it's the wrong kind of drip, like especially at this day and age. It's sick, and it doesn't look like it's supposed to be made. It's kind of like the Corsola effect, you know? And it's like, please end my misery. The bills are piling up too much. Millennial humor, ha 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 ha.
Ugliest psychic type goes to Delphox. This is so sad, cause Fennekin had so much potential, but then it decided to stand upright and turn into this stupid thing. If you like Delphox, I'm sorry, don't take this the wrong way, but honestly, it's super dumb and a huge disappointment. Like, it has this weird looking witch dress made out of its fur that does not look cool at all. It also has those big ass hairs coming out of its ears. Ew. Like, it was sort of fine in the first two stages, but now it's bigger than its face. It's ridiculous. Anyone who thinks Delphox looks cool is clearly lying to themselves.
Ugliest ice type goes to Jinx. Jinx is just foul. It's Mr. Popo's girl. There's just so many wrong things design-wise and culture-wise. And then, like, it's wearing a dress, but it's kind of like a Viking corset. And also, like, I mean, I know that's your hair, girl. Like, weave is still your hair. Trust me, if you paying money for it, you know, that's yours. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. I'm just saying, like, The straight blonde hair is not for you, and also like just everything you got going on is just not for you. You need to go home. You need to rethink your life choices. You're foul. Jinx is just ugly. And that, yeah, it's just an ugly mon.
Ugliest dragon type goes to Alolan Executor. Now I love Alolan Executor. He's so goofy and memeable, but it's his goofiness that makes him kinda ugly. Like, regular Executor was already kinda freaky looking, especially in Generation 1. Now we're gonna stretch this freak of nature out and call it a dragon? What we don't understand though is why does Alolan Executor have a new face on its tail? Where the hell did that come from? Honestly, it's really dumb, and the fact that it looks completely different from the regular Executor heads just makes it even more confusing. Like, why the hell does this thing look like Mr. Saturn from Earthbound? Ugliest dark type goes to Impidimp. So here's the thing, I don't think Impidimp is ugly. Honestly, I think he's kinda cute, and I even talk about it in my cutest Sword and Shield Pokemon video. Check that out if you haven't. But Patty has his reasons, so let's hear him out.
Impidimp looks like a troublemaker, which I guess is like kind of the point, but it's stringy limbs and really big head, and it just looks kind of naked. You know, like in animes or like cartoons where they draw like a naked kid from behind or something like that. Impidimp looks like a little rascal where he's gonna run out of the shower with no towel on and just like wreak havoc on the neighbors. Like, he's just an ugly looking kid. Like, I know Zach thinks Impidimp's kind of cute and I could kind of get that, but I just think it looks really ugly.
And finally, ugliest fairy type goes to Galarian Weezing. Most fairy types are supposed to be cute and pretty since that's what the type is all about. Some definitely fail at this, but for the most part, there aren't any real bad ones. Galarian Weezing, however, is purposely made ugly cause normal Weezing is pretty disgusting looking itself. I mean, look at him. We'd argue that Galarian Weezing is actually a bit uglier than the original thanks to its nasty facial hair-like smoke on its face. I get what they were going for here, and it does look pretty funny, but did it have to be mucus green? It's kinda gross when you think about it. Stay the hell away from me. Thanks for watching everyone, and huge shout out to PattyTrills for joining me in this video. Be sure to check out his channel cause he's a pretty funny and entertaining guy. That's the whole reason why I got him here in the first place. Don't forget to live your life to the fullest, and have yourself a damn good one.